Wings to Fly is a children's book about gaining confidence and working to succeed, told from the perspective of a young girl who loves to play basketball. She is often left out by her teammates until she meets her guardian angel who teaches her that success takes perseverance. Wings to Fly is a great read for all children. I would highly recommend this book. If you would like to make a purchase, please click on the link in my description box below. When you think about Fred Hampton, we always talk about his assassination. But what often gets left out is Fred Hampton the person. We forget about his early life, and we don't always talk about stuff like when he was a youth council president. And when he mobilized a group of 500 racially integrated teenagers who fought for better education and better recreational activities for black kids. Fred Hampton was born August 30th, 1948. His parents moved to Maywood, Illinois when he was 10 years old, and even at that age, he was already a leader. I guess you can say he had his own sort of free breakfast program. On the weekends, he used to cook breakfast for the local children around town. Growing up, Fred was an athlete, and people was already looking up to him. Fred was very vocal about issues that he felt was wrong. During high school, he went through the proper channels and made noise about it not being enough black teachers in the school. He went to Proviso East High School, where he also led walkouts over discrimination. In school, he graduated with varsity letters and with honors. He fought over it not being a black girl in the race for homecoming queen. And he made them switch that up. Fred wasn't playing no games. Fred was always a rider. He also earned a Junior Achievement Award. Fred went on to college at Triton Junior College, where he majored in pre-law. He wanted to know more about the legal system and how things work. Fred felt like he needed to know the ins and outs. Since he knew he was going to have a huge voice in the future, he wanted to be able to properly defend himself against the legal system. So as a young man, he was already making a huge name for himself. He also joined the NAACP in high school. Fred began organizing with the Student Nonviolent Coordinating Committee, aka SNCC. Then shortly after that is when he joined the Black Panthers. Fred was fascinated by the 10-point program, and that's when he moved to Chicago because he needed to be all in.
Number 1, we want freedom. We want power to determine the destiny of our black and oppressed communities.
Number 2, we want full employment for our people.
Number 3, we want an end to the robbery by the capitalists of our black and oppressed communities.
Number 4, we want decent housing fit for the shelter of human beings.
Number 5, we want decent education for our people that exposes the true nature of this decadent American society. We want education that teaches us our true history and our role in present-day society.
Number 6, we want completely free health care for all black and oppressed people.
Number 7, we want an immediate end to police brutality and murder of black people, other people of color, all oppressed people inside the United States.
Number 8, we want an immediate end to all wars of aggression.
Number 9, we want freedom for all black and oppressed people now held in U.S. federal, state, county, city, and military prisons and jails. We want trials by a jury of peers for all persons charged with so-called crimes under the laws of this country.
Number 10, we want land, bread, housing, education, clothing, justice, peace, and the people's community control over modern technology.
This brother was ready to make some serious moves, especially when he kicked off the Rainbow Coalition. That was something that struck fear into white supremacy, especially J. Edgar Hoover.
Now we say all power to all people. We say white power to white people. Brown power to brown people. Yellow power to yellow people. Black power to black people.
See, Fred was uniting the people. Fred was bringing together everybody. White, black, green, purple, blue, orange, it didn't matter. Fred was bringing together everybody. Getting everybody on board to go at the bigger enemy, the biggest enemy, the main enemy, which was white supremacy. In 1968, Fred tried to form an alliance with the Blackstone Rangers, AKA the almighty Black Pea Stone Nation. And Fred had meetings with the co-founder, Jeff Fort. Due to informants, the FBI knew about these plans. And this is what ultimately led to the two not being able to come together. The Rainbow Coalition was about to be huge, and it would have affected the United States on a national scale.
In the winter of 1969, law enforcement agencies launched efforts to undermine an attempted coalition between the Black Panther Party and the Blackstone Rangers, a Chicago gang.
The Panthers were pursuing an ideology that said we need to take these young minds, this young energy, and turn it into part of our movement in terms of black liberation and the rest of it. And I saw a very purposeful, intentional effort on the part of the police department to keep that head from hooking up to that body. It was like, you know, do not let this thing become a part of what could ultimately be a political movement, because that's exactly what it was.
FBI agents wrote an anonymous letter to Jeff Fort, the leader of the Blackstone Rangers, warning Fort that the Panthers have, quote, a hit out for you, unquote. The Bureau knew that the information was false, but believed that Fort might take retaliatory action against the Panthers. Meanwhile, city officials announced a crackdown on gangs.
You see, he was bringing together the Chinese Red Guards, them Chicano dudes, the Brown Berets, the white boys with the Young Patriots, the Puerto Rican cats, the Young Lords. Fred was bringing together everybody, and this was dangerous. And most important of it all, Fred was bringing together rival gangs. Had Fred been able to pull off what he needed to pull off with the Rainbow Coalition, I think it would probably affect the way Chicago is today. Not just Chicago, everywhere, but especially in Chicago. The Rainbow Coalition was about to be huge, and it would have affected the United States on a national scale. Once Fred got white folks on board and he started combining other black groups, that's when the FBI felt like they had to take Fred out. Please follow the History with No Chaser Facebook and Instagram pages. Thanks for watching. Make sure you hit the thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe, and let me know what you think in the comment section.